All right, it looks like we are live. So I'll go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all. So it is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. My name is Jarad. This is Engineering the Markets. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the market has for us today. Starting off with our SPY. We note that yesterday closed, once again, tight range in the marketplace. A lot of very slow grinding action. And we can contribute some of that maybe to the fact that it is going into a holiday weekend. We do have a 3-day holiday coming up for Independence Day. But we can also kind of attribute that to a little bit of disparity in the market. There is some strength in certain sectors, some weakness in others. The SPY is sort of feeling the brunt of that to some degree. Some of the weakness is apparent in some of those inflationary sectors, which have been recovering quite well and have led us to new all-time highs in the SPY based on the bounce that has occurred. But we're seeing things like financials finally getting to that sort of contention point from a technical perspective. We're back at the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. We've gotten sort of that dead cat bounce rally, that counter trend rally. And now we're going to see whether the financials want to stay in this zone for a period of time, or if they simply want to continue moving down, as they have come off quite a bit from their all-time highs. As always, I like to look at the weekly just to gain a sense of whether or not this has some high likelihood of occurring. We do see that the reaction on the financials occurred around the 20-period moving average. And as we walk through the list of different inflationary sectors, we note that a lot of them have had similar reactions. Some have been stronger than others, but they've essentially all caught the bounce around the same area. So we have materials with a notably much weaker bounce and much weaker reaction. Something like home builders, which has been selling off for a period of time before the FOMC meeting and some of the sort of auto reaction that we had to the idea of tapering, or the thought of the idea of tapering. Some of this has been selling for a while, but similar sort of reactions at this 20 period. We see industrials actually notably coming off before reacting on the 20 period. And with all of these, we want to understand that the reason we respect this moving average is because of previous history. We note that during times of volatility, larger sell-offs on the daily charts, where things are a little bit harder to read for continuation, we note that, yes, they have had strong bounces off of these areas, and these have led to new swing highs. Now, the context here is obviously a little different. We are seeing back in time that usually these sell-offs occur with a roughly about a week to a week and a half time frame. We see strong sort of engulfing candles off of these following week, and then we see plenty of continuation higher. We are not currently seeing that quite yet. In fact, we're seeing a little bit more of a distributive market, sort of that choppy range-bound action in certain sectors, the eventual sell-off to this zone, and then this sort of muted reaction, with the only exception being the financials, which has put in a nice dead cat bounce counter trend rally, but we still want to respect that it is sort of consolidating or trying to rebuild some structure at this time. So amidst all of that, we are seeing technology, discretionaries, and staples, or sorry, discretionaries, pull up the right ETF, healthcare, which has made a new all-time high, And this is Staples. Staples is not one of the three. So I think it's actually just those three that I'll bring up. Technology, discretionaries, and healthcare moving to new all-time highs in the case of tech and healthcare, and discretionary is coming back into some favor. This is helping the markets move back to all-time highs and higher, specifically in the SPY. This is helping the QQQs be one of our leading index products right now. Notably, the Qs have had approximately 7 weeks of higher highs and higher lows on the weekly chart. So this is a very strong rally in the tech sector, and we are seeing that continuation much higher than some of our sort of general daily resistance zones, which we have clearly broken out from. Now, as we get extended in this market, and as we look at small caps here, which also have some potential for breaking their previous all-time highs and sort of a general resistance zone or sort of a sloping downtrend area, as we look for this to potentially occur, we want to take note in the fact that this market has some risk factors that we've been monitoring. We note that the VIX is still at or near its lows, but on a strong day yesterday, a day where there was not much selling in the markets, the VIX did rise. So we did see an uptick in the volatility index. Just want to note that oftentimes when you see strong bullish setups at the lows of the VIX, the market is anticipating a little bit of a correction in the near-term future, and they're trying to price that in. VVIX. We're going to watch the VVIX to see if market participants are starting to hedge and whether that hedging is being paid, paying in advance. You're paying extra premium to hedge and buying heightened volatility in the volatility index. And then we brought up this idea of skew, which for the purpose of our analysis is going to be monitoring the idea that the market based on this index is pricing in a higher probability of a larger than a normal standard deviation move. So a normal range bound expected move condition inside of the skew would be closer to about the 100 print. Given that the skew is trading above 150, which is sort of around where the market says a 2 standard deviation move is more likely. And as we are printing some of the highest readings ever near 170, market certainly is anticipating tail risk. We have not seen the reaction yet. Everything is building towards this potential, but so far the reaction has been either muted or we just haven't seen anything to that effect, which is why this is more of a leading indicator if it were to take place. Hence why we want to note it, but we do not want to necessarily position for it until we believe that the risk is postured on the technicals. This is the idea of maybe hedging into strength or potentially looking for a bearish divergence, some sort of divergence in some sort of momentum oscillator. Think MACD, think RSI, think stochastics. If everything is lining up in that way and the technical structure is poor, you can look to maybe a downside shot and see how far the market is willing to go. So some opportunities today, and I'll bring this back into our normal candle view. Something we haven't looked at in a little while, but over time I've essentially kept this bullish thesis behind the idea of natural gas coming off of some significant monthly and yearly lows back in early January. I'll bring this up to show that we had essentially the lowest print in natural gas futures back in early January. And ever since that time, we've been building our way back up to a range that, we've come from, sort of the breakdown into the reversal. Natural gas has this interesting technical structure of essentially a downtrend that we've been in for a long period of time. And because this is a monthly view of natural gas, obviously a breakout here would be a much more indicative change in the sentiment, along with a much longer time frame setup if it were to play itself out. And given that we're at the end of the month, I figured it was worth looking at what is occurring in natural gas at this time. So obviously, nice simple downtrend line. We've had multiple spikes back in history. These spikes have been met with resistance and eventually a full 100% retracement of the move. But what is occurring now is we do have some price consolidation and compression that has occurred at this trend line. That can be seen more clearly on the weekly, where price has simply oscillated, pull up maybe a 2-year here, in this range, a lot of volatility thrown in between. And now, as we go into our daily, I'll just take off these shorter term setup lines. This one obviously set up a buy in this area here back in last week, June 21st. We are now seeing a potential rally out of this area, very strong reaction, high volume, and essentially a setup that may be posturing itself for a much longer time frame move. So moving back to the monthly, we can see how strong this monthly candle is, assuming that we close near the highs. We also see that because we are leaving this downtrend, ultimately there can be the potential for a back test that will occur. Usually markets do like to check back either at the breakout or just at the general resistance zone that they came from to confirm that the market has accepted, yes, this value no longer is relevant. We're looking for higher value or lower value if we're breaking down. So something to look at, both intraday, both swing, and even if you're looking at potential investing opportunities in a strong bullish market. Natural gas has been putting up a lot of those sort of bottoming signals for quite a while. Whether or not this forms is based on your own sort of perception and analysis, but it is an opportunity. And given what I'm seeing on the charts, given the strong reaction we had in June, and with the eventual back test that I do foresee occurring, given how long this trend line has existed in natural gas, that may give a secondary opportunity to get a better price and ultimately posture yourself if you do believe it is moving higher. Now, what's great about this on short term is we have a lot of our ETFs that are sensitive to natural gas prices. Sometimes I'll be looking at XLE, but that is much heavier weighted towards some of the oil conglomerates. You'll note that stocks like Exxon and CVX represent about 43% of XLE. So it is very heavily weighted, just like a lot of our different sectors, with a couple of major players in the ETF itself. But another option is to look at something like XOP, which not only contains additional holdings, XLE, roughly about 18 holdings, this one containing, I believe, 50 or more. I think 50 is the max here. But you'll also note that the weightings are much more balanced. There's not one standout company or stock that's going to sort of skew the reactions inside of this ETF. And specifically with XOP, they focus a little bit more on sort of the refining and marketing of oil and gas. They call themselves more of an oil and gas exploration ETF, so that is a heavy part of the weighting. But that exposure alone gets you a little bit more of the potential upside inside of natural gas. And specifically inside of the trend and structure, it has been performing well relative to XLE in previous history. So while XLE is sort of falling back below to where it came from, possibly setting up the potential for sort of an inverse, or sorry, a head and shoulders, the structure is not as strong versus XOP, which is currently trending. Obviously, that can change very quickly. So some different opportunities to maybe review. Obviously, looking at different companies within these ETFs, that is more of a pick and choose. Look for the strong fundamental / technical companies. And even if natural gas is a catalyst, something that can be seen for months moving forward, we could have some of the more riskier stocks, the ones maybe with not as strong of a fundamental background, potentially higher debt, potentially more volatile names. Those might also offer good trading opportunities. Usually when there's a strong sentiment shift, the riskier companies are often the ones that outperform from a trading perspective. So if you can find good risk to reward, those companies may offer, I would say, higher RVR opportunities. But obviously, the idea here is to look to posture yourself based on what we're seeing in natural gas. Additionally, you can simply trade natural gas directly. And while I pulled up /NG, which is the futures, just had to look up the mini one as well. If your margin requirements are lower, or you don't simply want to hold a contract of that size, maybe look to the mini contracts as well, which are going to perform in a similar manner and obviously have that same sort of technical catalyst. If I draw that trend line right there, very simple sort of breakout look and feel inside of it. So overall, something to watch, something to look for. And yeah, for those who are looking at more stock-based options to trade, there are some funds for natural gas. The only thing I'll caution is that a lot of these funds hold future contracts to mirror the performance of the actual contracts themselves. So while these oftentimes will have significant moves, specifically UNG appreciating about 30% since the early May, which is when this larger move has occurred. Keep in mind that there is a natural decay if this fund or if natural gas starts to consolidate over time. And that can be seen with something like a larger time frame. There is sort of a contango. It's a rolling contract decay that does occur based on how these funds are set up. And I believe one second here, pulling up. I believe the other one, UNL, has a similar effect, although I have not reviewed what is inside of that fund. So as always, just do your own research, understand the fund and what it holds, and understand some of the risk parameters involved. Most of these are actually built more for shorter term trading, and that longer term time frame does need sort of a catalytic approach to really get this thing moving. Hence why I'm looking more towards the future contracts, companies that benefit from higher natural gas prices. And then if you're looking more for trade opportunities with a stock, these could be options. But ultimately just know how they perform and what generates the decay inside of the fund. So overall, that's essentially what I have for us today. We can look at a couple of different sectors and just note that utilities have been selling off ever since the reaction from the FOMC. They're back at the 200 period daily moving average, but over time, this was a sector that was outperforming, and the posturing here may have been based around the fact that the bond market was in sort of a consolidative chop. There wasn't a lot of upside potential, and the yield inside of utilities was much more attractive at the time. If that is shifting, then investors may be looking more towards bonds or just looking at higher yield products versus utilities, and that led to potentially the sharp sell-off. Obviously, a little bit of speculation there. We won't really know until maybe some additional information is posted, but the technicals here are not one of strength. We're seeing pretty sharp declines in utilities, and the posturing of the market still appears to be one of risk on with some of the sector performance that we have, just with the understanding that there is tail risk and there are some quote unquote red flags showing up inside of certain index products. I think we looked at metals as well. This is that similar reflationary collapse that has held on the 20 period off of the weekly. Similar reactions back in time. So we just want to note where they are and where they came from. How did they get here? And then staples. Haven't really looked at staples in a while. I think overall staples has been sort of a back and forth sort of trade. We've gotten some good moves outside of other sectors also performing in a similar way. And the posturing here has been one of sort of correlation with a strong bullish market. But I haven't seen a ton of opportunity for getting risk on inside of staples. Most of the time, it's more of just that long-term mentality, buying good companies at discounted prices. And they have performed decently well. So we have, Costco is one that I kind of note as a outperformer based on a previous technical setup. A lot of these are a little bit slower movers, but they still offer some decent upside to the SPY and the markets. Okay, so that's pretty much it. A little bit of a shorter session today. Not really much to comment on in a market that is slowly moving to the upside. We just note that there is some risk out there. Markets are sort of advertising that volatility may be starting to pick back up. As always, look for moments to either take your targets, profit from successful trades, hedge your long-term portfolios in the event of some sharper downside move that so far has not come. And ultimately, just look for ways to benefit from some of this sort of slow trending action that we're getting. And specifically, end of month, I'm curious to see today if we see a little bit of restructuring in some of the funds that hold a lot of these stocks and companies. Normally, we will see end of month activity. Once again, a little bit of rotation out of certain outperforming or overweight sectors back into maybe some underperforming or underweight sectors. That can provide some short-term intraday opportunity. But ultimately, we won't know that until we see it today. So let's kind of see how the market postures itself into the end of June. As a trader, take this time to maybe reflect on your performance. It is mid-year. It's end of month. This should be a little bit of a sort of journaling, reflection, looking back. If you've been successful this year so far, congratulations. Look to improve your current performance. Look to take advantage of what the market is giving us. If you have not been successful or you're still struggling, looking to better yourself, this is a great time to review what you're doing and see how to improve to get you over that hump and to bring you to consistency. So little bit of a maybe a more trading mindset speech, but even just self-reflection in general, whether your style is trading, investing, or somewhere in between. Hopefully everybody's had a great 2021 so far. Let's see if we can continue that performance into the end of the year. So with that said, I'm Jared. This is Engineering the Markets. Talk to y'all next month, obviously, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned for pre-market prep with Carlos and Norm.
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear a thing. They can hear me. I got nothing on you. You want me to reset? All right, give us just a moment. There we go. I can hear you now, brother.
All right, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I got an echo. Hold on, let's see why that's happening. All right, perfect. So, yeah, look like that's working fine now. All right, let's come back to it, guys. Welcome. Good morning. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you?
Good morning, buddy. I'm doing well.
All right, excellent, excellent. Man, you know what? I kept thinking about that story yesterday, man. It's
The
just,
meatball?
oh yeah, it's just crazy, man. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. So, glad that was a happy ending. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's look at the stuff we had yesterday. Yesterday we had some pretty good sell-off here. So let's go over to our chart right over here, and let's start with Riot. Riot was a nice one on our list. We'll look at our 5 minute on this one right over here, and this is yesterday's action. So a lot of the stocks did this yesterday, where we had an initial gap up, or not a gap up, but more of a uh, a strong start in the first initial candles, like you see here on Riot, and then you slowly just got this sell-off into the mid-morning, right around 11:30, 12 or so, midday. You see this drop-off. So a lot of that stuff happened throughout many of the stocks yesterday. Riot being one of them. Although Riot, guys, an amazing, incredible takeoff here. This is your high of your pre-market, 37.90, and we love these type of breakouts. Breaks out lovely here, and just look at the push going from 37.90, 38 almost, all the way up to 39. What's this? 40, 39.60. So nice pop there, a little bit of continuation. It does get toppy here at this area, does not want to go any further. Again, that's a big move already. And then you have the sell-off dropping down, and it comes up right to this next level that we had here off the daily, guys, 40.15. If you look at the daily chart, that's how we got that level on there. We did not place that after this thing happened. That was placed before this price action. So kind of telling you a little bit where this thing was aiming for, and it got just right to that 40.15. Here we have Plug as well. Plug, same thing, guys. You know, you got this initial pop here. Does break from the high of the pre-market, 35.25. Does give you a beautiful continuation. Beautiful opening range breakup on the 5 minute here as well. Heads towards 36, and then here gets toppy, and then you got the drop off into the midday here. Became a beautiful short, guys. Once it loses the VWAP, and you see here the retest cannot stay above. This is a great continuation, almost a reverse ABCD pattern off the VWAP. It's a nice one, and you can see here the beautiful drop down there on Plug as well. Space, not much of a significant pop like Riot and Plug, but still did try to also take off here, could not, and then just a beautiful engulfing pattern here with an incredible continuation on Space. So that was real nice. Held on to this 9 moving average and just continued to drop. I believe Brian took advantage of this thing here quite nicely yesterday as a short on Space. And just incredible. This thing was a short the entire day. Here was Facebook. Facebook was a little bit tough to trade at the open. You did get a couple of quick drops here, and then look at this candle here. It just recovers everything from the previous 2 candles and then drops again. So again, very, very difficult to trade when a stock is doing this here. Eventually, it does settle down and it becomes an incredible short. Opportunity for scalping here, absolutely. You can take a couple of quick scalps. If you're not if scalping is not your thing, this could have been a tough trade for you here on Facebook. SoFi, same thing, popped up here. This one sold off even faster. So right here you can see a beautiful drop. Continuing all the way to the bottom here, got down to about 1888 by the time it was done. Not as clean as Plug, as Riot, as Space, right? This was a little bit more choppier. It did get some aggressive pullbacks. Eventually, it did still settle down and follow a 9 moving average, but there was better stuff you could look at. Neo as well, a crazy pop at the market open. Does take off here nicely from opening around, 49 all the way up to 50. 50, 70 there, and then it again drops down. Unlike other stocks that sold off, this one kind of just hangs around here and just kind of go sideways for the majority part of the day. Into later in the day, they get this incredible pop that breaks out here. So that was NEO yesterday. CCL, I didn't look at CCL. Doesn't look like it was great though, so I didn't really pay too much attention to CCL. Yesterday, so the price action didn't look like it was clean here though, very very choppy. And that's what we had, guys. We had other ones had on deck, of course. Orphos is just a pure chop mess here. MRIN, did you guys see what this thing did towards the end of the day yesterday? Again, very active here after 10. Rough start, guys, and this is the part where you got to be patient, right? This here is just a very very rough start. It just did not want to get going. Then at 10 o'clock, it turns on the engines, guys, and it just takes off here. And then later, before the close and power hour, you see this volume come in again, and then look at the breakout. This thing goes from 1250 to 19. Just insane. Andrew had a rough day with this one yesterday, if you guys remember. But if you look at his recap, from yesterday, man, he crushed the afternoon on this as well. He came back pretty good, and then he crushed the afternoon on this one right over here. So did a nice recap on that as well. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's go over our market data, what we have for today and the coming days.
Man, we're flat, essentially flat. We just had the ADP employment report come out. Came out pretty strong compared to the expected number. And then 9:45, we got Chicago PMI, pending home sales index, 10 a.m. So we'll see. As I've mentioned, I mean, we've actually had some good movers the last couple of days. We'll see how that continues, and so nothing special here.
Yeah. As we get closer to July 4th weekend, guys, that is what's going to be the theme for the next couple of days, and even after when we come back on the 6th. So we'll see. Because it's got to be very, very patient as we take a look at our gappers list this morning, and it is just a massive sea of low flow stocks again. Right over here.
Yes, market is closed Monday, guys.
Yeah, market is closed Monday the 5th. You can see here just a ton of low flow stocks on the gapping downside this morning. Almost everything that we've been looking at on the upside. MRIN is on here. AUUD, which is, again, horrible to trade. And we have also ALF gapping down today. So we'll take a look at what's happening there. On the green side, we do have some couple of names I have not seen here before leading the way. So we'll take a look what's happening there. And also CLOV plug, some other ones that we're very familiar with on this list. So let's start. Oh, that did not switch the screen. Apologies. Let's start by getting rid of this screen here, these rows, and let's come on down here. We'll do some rows for this and see what's going on. All right, let's start with BTNR this morning. So right now, BTNR is, forgot to link this. All right, let's get this linked up, guys. Apologies. We'll get this going here, and that should be set for trade ideas. Oh, minimize too much. Bring this back, and we'll bring this back. There we go. All right, so BTNR this morning, guys. Nice pop pre-market, very, very active, 40% up, 2.4 million shares traded. So this thing is on fire. Let's bring in, what is the flow for this? We're looking at 37 million. Now, I believe we have seen this before, this ticker.
Yeah, they've had a couple of news pieces drop recently, but last night they announced they're getting rid of their used motor oil collection and recycling assets. They're selling them for $140 million. Exciting stuff.
Wow, yeah, that is. Guys, let's take a look at this. It's very active right now. It did have a couple of days here where it popped up pretty good. That's probably where I'm remembering the ticker from, because I definitely recall seeing this again. I just can't remember if it was clean trading or not. Possibly, based on this daily, maybe not. More towards that end, but we'll see. BTNR, at least a possible, guys. They are very active, this pre-market action. They're up 38%. That's worth taking a second look at. ATST this morning, wow, going strong here, up 30%, 1.7 million shares traded daily, not so great. Flows at 39, but this thing is moving like a low flow today, so we just gotta be a little bit careful. I'm gonna add it on here, definitely in play this morning. And we're looking at a nice pre-market action here with some great volume. Their daily, you can't put too much weight on the daily. Sometimes these stocks are not going to have a great daily, but this is better than most stocks that are doing this type of activity. So we'll definitely take a look at that. Here's POW, POWW, not looking too good in the pre-market action. They're up 6%, but not great volume. So I'm going to skip on this one for now. If it gets better, throw it back out to me. NTLA right now, they are up 5.3. And what do we see here? 5.3, 225,000 shares traded. Man, this looks horrible. This doesn't look good at all.
How do you really feel about that?
Yeah, this
They had a secondary and they priced
Yeah.
it, so it's
Be very, very careful with this one, guys. I'm just looking at these candles. I mean, we're going from 130 to 150. Yes, that's great if you're stuck in the right side of the trade. But you just got to be careful. Their action yesterday does look decent, but the volume was only 7 million for this entire day. So that could be concerning at times. I can only imagine how the spread was. Again, just got to be careful with it. This is typically not the stock we like to watch. So I'm not going to add it to my list. But if it does start doing something fun, let us know here. All right, here we are, PSFE this morning. They are up 2.6, 190,000 shares traded. Very horrible daily. We've seen this before in the past in our gappers list. The few times it's come up here, we don't keep it. Just doesn't trade very well. So I'm doing the same today. I'm just going to take it off. Hopefully we can find something a little bit better. CLOV this morning, they are up 2.4, 447,000 shares traded. This could be explosive. We've seen what it can do in the past, right? Even with a not so great pre-market action. We'll throw it on here. We'll take a second look at that. Plug this morning, they are, what do we got here? Plug is interesting. 2.4, 366,000. Their daily staying above this area of resistance, 34. Had a struggle getting above that in the past, so we're above that now.
they got a new analyst rating with a $42 price target on it this morning. So
All right, so that could be interesting, guys. Plug does get great volume throughout their trading day. You can see here, so nice to see that upgrade. Let's see if that can do anything here. Again, their daily looks amazing already. So if any strength here, this could be a nice continuation. SoFi this morning, they are up 2.1. They're daily interesting for the most part. Big red day yesterday, sold off for the entire day. Not as clean as the other sell-off we had in the other stocks we were watching. Interesting. Pre-market is okay. 535 up 2.1. I'll say a possible. It wasn't so clean yesterday. I think this one doesn't trade as clean as we would like. So maybe a possible for now. OCGN making our list this morning. They're up 2%, 565,000. And looking at their daily right now, does not look bad. Possible breakout above this 880 area. Pre-market action is okay. I'm not a big fan of OCGN. It can do great things at times, but other times it could be pretty bad. So, all right, we'll put OCGN right on here. We'll take a second look at that. Right, so that's on our gapping up list. I see BBBY coming up on our gap up list. Let's take a look what's going on there.
Earnings. They had earnings this morning.
Yeah.
Their revenues beat. Their EPS was a little bit shy, but most importantly, they said current quarter was really strong, and the remainder of the year they raised their guidance. So could be interesting.
Yeah, that could be. And BBBY,
especially with their short float.
Yeah, right. They used
look
to
at that short float. Oh, look at the short float button.
Oh, 65.
Yep.
Yeah, that is very, very nice.
That's definitely on the radar.
Yep.
That was off the gappers list earlier, and that was actually going to be my call out when you asked me. So now that it's shown up
on here,
it's the trade idea stole my thunder.
Damn it, trade idea! I tell you, guys, looking really good. We'll put that on here this morning. Like what I'm seeing there. All right, let's go through these low flows very, very quickly, guys. They got to look really, really good, right? So ALT this morning is not a low flow, but we'll start here. 32 million shares flow. They are down 40% this morning and 865,000 shares traded. I do like this drop here. Pre-market action does look interesting. I think at least a secondary. Take a second look at this a little bit later. See if it's something that we can move up to our main list. Their dailies is not great, guys. Very choppy. They normally do not get volume. You can see down here, they don't trade heavy volume. Today they're in play for sure. Such a big drop like that is going to disrupt a couple of things there, so we'll see some movement out of that hopefully. Emrin this morning, they are down 20% after such a huge pop yesterday. They've been, again, these guys were sitting at $1.50 just 3 days ago, now hitting the highs of 19. So big change right there. They're definitely due for a pullback. Not sure if this is if the fun is over on this one, but you have to be very careful. Usually a couple of days later after such a big move, it tends to get very choppy. You start getting a lot of fake outs of people that were finding themselves stuck here. There are now any single strength and looking to bail on this. So you got to be very, very careful on this one. I think it is worth watching, guys. It is a 9.2 million shares float. Just be very, very careful. Let's see if the hype is real and if this thing does want to go higher. BSQR here, what do we have? Down 60%. Also had a big day yesterday. Million shares traded right now. Very similar to Emrin. This one, again, you got to be careful on the second day follow through there if this thing is going to trade well or not. So we'll put it on here for now. I do like the volume on it. Let's see if this is going to be anything. Flow at 12 million, guys, so be very careful with this one. AUUD, now this thing was horrible the last couple of days as well. So right now, volume is only 350. They're down 10%. They don't look as great as the other two here, so we'll keep that one off for now. RSLS, not looking good neither, guys. Very light on the volume, down 8%. Their daily also very crappy, as you can see here. I don't think this is really in play. All right, heading on down. So that's most of the low flows. We have ALF here. Let's look at ALF since we were talking about low floats now. ALF this morning, they're down 5.5, 156,000 shares traded. And we do have shares for short too on this one. How much? 95,000. That's not a lot for a stock at 15. That can go pretty quickly. So what we're going to do here, again, pre-market is okay. Their dailies on the cleaner side, of course. We'll take a second look at ALF. We'll see. All right, so that covers our short float right now. That's on our gapping down list. Let's look at CERE. This one right now down 6.4. Big day yesterday, as we saw there, 187. Possible continuation today. We'll see where this thing wants to go. SHC this morning down 5.7. Doesn't look good though at all. This one, dailies is really all over the place. Doesn't get great volume at all. I mean, some of these candles, guys, no more than 3 million shares traded for the entire day, right? So not looking good here. In pre-market action is not really in play. MDB this morning, they are down 5.7 after a nice, beautiful run here. What stock is this? I find stocks that are this price, this 380, 361 with such light volume.
This ticker, a lot of people have had some really good longer term trades and stuff on it, or swing trades.
Yeah.
I find it. I've watched it before. Nearly impossible to intraday trade. It's got. It tends to have a pretty wide spread. It's not that. I mean, 50 cents or whatever on a. It's just trades kind of. I never.
Yeah.
Not much volume and it trades thinly.
Yeah, that's what you get from a stock that's especially this high price, and you're trading. What is this? 1.5 million on their best days. You're looking at maybe 3.3 million shares traded. It's not a lot, guys. That spread is going to be bad. And then when you have a bad spread, the price action completely changes. You don't get that clean price action. It might look clean after the fact, right? After it's done doing its thing, you might get a nice little pattern. Say, oh, this was clean. But when you look at the actual price action, the way we trade, that's not going to be no good. So we'll skip on this one. ALF, we looked at already. Space this morning, I think Space is hot, guys. Space is, well, not in a good way because they're down 5.1, but I think Space is definitely in play. It has been over the last couple of days. Definitely worth watching here.
Downgrade this morning.
Ouch.
It was actually a double downgrade, and I can't remember, was it out of B of A? Who was it? Yeah, B of A Securities. They got all the way from a buy rating to a sell rating, essentially underperformed technically, but
wow, not even
all the way.
Yeah. All right, guys. Guys, just FYI for anyone on YouTube and even our members, Andrew will never.
Yes, he's never going to put his phone number on there. Tell you to send him money. Yeah. These fake bastards, we'll report them.
Yeah. So let's get rid of this guy over here. We'll report him.
I'll take care of him.
Okay, thanks, man. All right, guys. So Space definitely in play here, looking very good this morning. We'll look at that one. Atos. I'm not a big fan of Atos. I'm gonna keep it off the list for now. I think we have some pretty good stuff on here. JKS is just mad sometimes. This thing can trade very insane. You see here the last couple of days, they actually been ripping here from 38 to 58. So pretty good move there, but they're difficult to trade. I don't find them a good candidate for our watch list this morning. Riot is okay, down 3.2, 114. I think they were okay yesterday on this drop. I don't see a whole lot going on. I will keep it off for now. XBEV, we'll take a look at NEO next. XBEV is down 3.1 with some decent volume, getting a little bit better here after 7:30, so that looks good. I think we might add XBEV here. We'll look at how NEO looks today as well, since sometimes these two are trading together. NEO is strong on the other side, though. NEO is looking very good. I like this daily on NEO. I'm going to put it on here. We'll make some room for NEO. We'll take a look at that one. Mara, guys, very similar to Riot. I don't think they're really in play today. It's just kind of consolidating. Grubhub could be very difficult to trade. Again, did they split or something? This thing, oh, they actually had that drop. I don't remember this drop here from 60 to 18 bucks. That is madness. Or for this morning, guys, this one could be a hit or miss. Very difficult to trade. I'm going to stay away from it today. All right, guys, let's take a look. Norm, I know I took your thunder. Well, not me. Trade ideas with BBBY. Anything else on your list?
Yeah, I got another. What's our what's the original Our Good Buddy?
Original Our Good Buddy. I know this. MU.
Yep.
Oh, I'm glad I got that right. I almost said AMD, but AMD's been in play. So original, yes, MU. Guys, we used to trade this nonstop. Nonstop. I mean, it was on our list almost every single day. So MU up 2% this morning. Great volume. Do they have any news, Norm, as well, or no?
You know what? I can't remember. I've looked at 50,000 things this morning to try to find something. They got an upgrade.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll put MU on here, guys.
They report after the close tonight as well. But okay. I don't like that as a catalyst.
Yeah, I usually like that after, not before. We'll see. But right now, 2%, guys. Good volume. 453 for MU is great volume. So don't let that discourage you there. That's a good volume there for MU. I like what I'm seeing there. Daily looks nice too, guys, for a possible breakout. We're slamming up against the area of good resistance right over here. Has been great support in the past. That could be very, very nice. All right, let's get to the room. Let's start with, what do we have here? Mr. T.
We've got nearly 600 people in the room and 120 likes. So can you guys on YouTube hit the thumbs up, please? It really does help out.
Highly appreciate it. Again, that 2 seconds you
take. We're gonna have Andrew and Brian this morning, but we got to get the likes up for them.
We hit 6 something yesterday, so that was nice. I think that's the highest we've been, 620 or something. So that was pretty nice.
Of course, guys. Andrew was taunting people to hit the dislike button, which they actually did. We need to cut his. You're running the controls over there. Just cut his mic when he starts talking about that. Okay.
I should cut his mic. All right, let's start here with Wayo. You're giving us HIMX. Let's see what we have here. HIMX this morning. I don't like the volume on it. I know the daily looks interesting. Possible breakout. Had a good day yesterday and a few days before that. But their volume today is pretty light. So I'm going to skip on that one. AMD, yes. AMD is definitely in play. It has been for the last couple of days. I think it will continue. This news with them and Google has been very good for them. That broke out on the 17th. You guys remember that? And you can see how great this thing has been trading on the daily and very strong. So I do like what I'm seeing. Actually,
we're not gonna have Andrew this morning. We're gonna have Thor.
Oh,
special treat! Right. You guys are gonna get to see Thor trade live with Brian this morning.
Excellent. 1 second, guys. Gotta get something going here.
Thank you, Lauren.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you very much,
Lauren. Yes, appreciate you for the super chat there. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate the support. All right, who else do we have here? AMD is good. We left off on MU. We have on deck and NVIDIA. NVIDIA is another one that's been very strong over the last couple of days. Just look at this daily here. Just madness. So that looks good too. I'm gonna keep MU. Already have AMD. NVIDIA I'm not gonna add. I got way too many of these on this chip tech type stocks already. Maybe we'll add NVIDIA as a possible, right? How about that? All right, AMD, Apple. Let's look at Apple. We'll look at mRNA next. Apple this morning, they're pretty much flat right now. They got great volume, but again, you can always look out for Apple. I'm not going to add it because I don't have enough space, but Apple is always a good one to keep in mind there. mRNA this morning, I like mRNA. It's daily a lot here. mRNA, and this list is pretty long, but there's a lot of stuff we can take off here. Here we have Wish this morning. They are. What do we got going on with Wish? They're okay. They're dropping here nicely, possibly losing this area of support. But man, Wish could be so difficult to trade. So you got to be careful with Wish. We'll take a second look at it. All right, let's head on down. Apple, we do have CUEN. We have not seen this one before. Oh, this is taking off here. What is the float on this CUEN? We're looking at 4 million shares flow. I like this. This is nice. Let's put that on here on the low flow pile. So low flow is there set. CCL this morning, what do we have? I don't think it's really in play right now, guys. CCL, they have been just getting killed though the last couple of days, and so have the airlines. Have you guys seen American Airlines? I was looking through some stuff last night, and American Airlines has been taking a bit of a drop here. I don't know why. Things are picking up as far as travel, but yeah, they're taking a bit of a drop here the last couple of days, down to 21 from 26. So interesting. CCL, I know Thor will probably be watching CCL, so I'll let him watch that. If he sees something, he can call it out. ACUP, yeah, I don't like this one as much as the other low flows that we have. I'm not sure if it's even a low flow stock. Doesn't seem like it is. Yeah, 10 million it is, but yeah, I don't, not sure about this one, guys. We'll have to see. 11 million, so a lot of volume being traded already. I don't like the fact that we're just kind of dropping and not finding no support. We need to find some support here, or else this thing's not going to be good. I prefer to see stuff like this one here. You see, you got the pop, consolidate, another pop, consolidate, another pop. That is what you want to see. This one, the other one is borderline, not great, but it could get better. All right, heading on down here, what do we have? All right, CUEN. Yeah, we have that one on deck. That is on fire, guys, looking very good. XELA, let's put this one on here. XELA this morning. All right, what do we have? At the moment, they're up 12%, 67 million shares traded. Wow. What's the float on this? I know we looked at this before. Is it a low float? It is 11 point something on here.
Yeah, and it's weak. No shares for short. It's just, I don't like things that are $2.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like
it
this
not
one
that it might strengthen. Who knows? But
yeah. I don't like this one neither as much, guys. I'm gonna stay away from it. I know Andrew traded this one.
it might do some stuff. But
yeah, just be careful. We have some really good low flows on here already. So, for example, this CUEN, this is hot. I like that there. And these other ones are not great. We'll take them off. Emrin, though. Emrin, I know it's difficult to trade. They're holding here. I like this drop, and they're holding here. If they can continue to do that and get some support, stay above the VWAP, this could be nice. This could be nice for another pop today if that is in the cards for them. So we'll have to see. All right, guys, let's stop here. CLOV, we do have CLOV on here. That's a lot of tickers we have this morning, but that's already there. Let's take a look quickly over on YouTube. What do we guys have here? Let's take a look here. All right, so what do we have, guys? TIGR. Let's see here. No, not really in play. I see what you're looking at. The daily looks good for a potential breakout here. That is nice, but not really great. NTLA, I'm not a fan of NTLA, guys, to be honest. It's very difficult to trade. I just don't know how you can manage your risk on this. This has been on our gap with this before. It's just be very, very careful with that one. Microsoft this morning. Yeah, Microsoft, Apple, AMD, MU, they're all not really in play. I think MU and AMD are looking the best right now. But we could keep Apple, AMD, Nvidia, all these stocks in potential here. But I think MU and AMD are the ones I'm going to go with today. Apple could probably be a secondary list. I have Nvidia down here as well. That has been very strong over the last couple of days. But MU and AMD really have a great pre-market action this morning. SLS, we traded this before in the past. This got to be careful with this one. This is popping this morning. Wow, 37% up. What's the float on this? We are looking at 14. Man, low flows are taking off this morning. We'll take a second look at that later down the line. All right, guys, we're running out of time here, so let's go ahead for our community announcements. We will come back and fine-tune this list in just a bit here. Oh, hold on, let me get that. There we go.
all right. Eamon's webinar, I believe it's posted. If it's not, this is from last night. If it's not, it will be very soon. Next week, we are supposed to have Andrew, I believe. And what's he going to be talking about, Carlos?
No, we're actually changing it because after you told me you're going to be in Peru.
Well, he's going to be in Peru. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's when you said that yesterday. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I had no idea. So I called him and I said, hey, listen, what are we doing here? So Eamon is actually on next week as well at 5 p.m. And
Oh,
he's going to
wow.
be
Again.
he's going to be putting something together fairly quickly here. So appreciate that. So that will be on Wednesday at 5
Very
p.m.
nice. All right. Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday, 5 p.m. We usually know what we're doing. Apparently, 3-day weekends throw a wrench into the mix. So we'll update you as soon as we can about what webinar we have, but it'll be Eamon. Psychology. Tonight, you've got Mike talking about mental resilience and trading. That will be the normal 8 p.m. time. The next week, Dr. Reed will be talking about the wisdom of Mark Douglas, very, very famous trading author, psychology author that passed too early. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day with entries and exits. Put any commentary you can to describe the trade, and then post it on Twitter, tagging @BearBullTraders, @MikeB_BBT, and @NormBBT. Also use the hashtags BBT family, day trading and stock market. Pick a winner for each day and announce it on Twitter and in the closing show in the room. And then we'll take all the trades from that week and vote over the weekend. The team will, and then announce the trade of the week on Monday. Thor's meetup is this Saturday, New York City. Thor's birthday meetup, July 3rd. Please RSVP in the forums. You can look up in the alert section at the top. You do not have to be a member to go if you watch us on YouTube. Don't have to be a member. Excuse me. I'm laughing at the comment over there. You don't have to be a member. Just RSVP if you would. You can actually sign up for a free forum membership and RSVP if you're not a member. And then Lima, Peru meetup next Monday, July 5th. RSVP for that one as well, if you would, please. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you can use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room, unless there's a market holiday like next Monday. So we will not be here next Monday, but we will see you next Tuesday. And it includes onboarding classes live every Monday night. Not sure what your plan is for that, Carlos. You can update after I get done here. And then if you aren't interested in becoming an elite member, use the promo code Fireworks40 to get 40% off the elite annual membership. I'm just getting thumbs down. So I'm going to hop off.
Why are you getting thumbs down?
I don't know.
Guys, hit that thumbs up. We highly appreciate you. Lauren, thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate you as well for that. That is definitely supportive of the channel. All right, so next week's webinar, guys, onboarding class is going to be on Tuesday, right? Make sure I got this right. Tuesday the 6th, and it will be at 7 p.m. because then at 8 p.m. we have the success webinar, right? So Tuesday onboarding class is not going to be Monday, just for the coming week, as we're going to be off on Monday on a nice holiday. So with that said, let's get to our list here, guys. We got quite a bit this morning, starting with ASTS right now. This one, it is up nicely, 26%, 2.2 million shares traded. So this looks good, interesting this morning. And it's not a low flow stock, guys, too. It is sitting at 39, so not bad. I like this one. This is easier to manage your risk when you don't have something that can drop on you, couple of bucks in a couple of seconds. So this looks good. I like that one. CLOV is interesting. I love the potential on this one. Plug this morning. Pre-market is okay. Their day looks a little bit better. Maybe more of a possible, guys. BBBY, I love this one, especially with the short float that we're getting there. So let's add plug. I'm gonna bring plug down. I think it's more of a secondary type play this morning. It could get very nice though. Space is good, guys. I really like space. We're losing some levels here this morning, heading back down to closing this original gap that took us up here. So that is good there, 41.80, 53. I like space a lot today. XBEV is so, maybe more of a possible. How's Neo looking? Yeah, I think XBEV is more of a possible on here. Let's move this down. Let's take a look at Neo, just fine tuning this list here. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could get rid of one more maybe. MU is nice, starting to take off there. AMDs. Where's Peter? We need Peter to tell us how much fun he's been having with AMD. So AMD is good. Maybe he's getting another tattoo. I don't know where else, but yeah, maybe he's working on that. AMD is good, guys. Incredible. Look at the run on this thing. I mean, it's just been just nice to watch, and also clean, very clean to trade. So AMD is good. I think we have a 7 here that are looking very nice. I think we can do levels for all of those there. We'll keep that there. Now our secondary list. Let's look at XPEF.
I want to hop in and say something real quick because there's an important comment that Brandy over on YouTube made. She's here all the time. She said, Carlos Norm, thanks for all you do, but 8 symbols as priority is too much. Just have 4 to 5. 100% agree with you. Yes. You do not need to have as many tickers as we go through in this show every day. Everybody trades little different styles. As soon as Carlos drops off, he narrows his list down to what he's going to watch. You don't need this many, but we do levels for people on stocks that we won't personally trade because they might fit their style or how they trade. They might like them, so we go through those. So just Brandy, thank you for the comment. Much appreciated. Wanted to clarify that. We don't mention that enough, especially if you're newer to this. Keeping an eye on this many things doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah.
Well, if you're new, man, four tickers. Even less that time.
Not even that. I mean, I know people that watch 1 or 2.
Yeah.
As long as you pick the right ones and you focus and you're patient. But yeah, definitely don't keep this massive list with you.
Right. And also keep in mind, guys, a lot of us are probably trading the entire day, right? So when we have a secondary list, as things slow down, in the market open, you can't watch these many tickers. Just impossible. But after the market slows down, 11, 12, then we start looking, okay, what does this thing do? I know this thing had a little action in the morning. Is it trending now, right? So keep that in mind as well, that a lot of us are trading the entire day. So they might have a slightly bigger list because they're looking at the market the entire day, right? If you're trading the whole day, 4 tickers could be a little lighter after some time. If you're starting out, obviously, the less the better. All right, so our top list looks good, guys. XPEF this morning, okay. Plugs, all right. mRNA, I'm okay on it. 8 ALT. I'm not sure about this one, guys. We'll see. Let's come back to it. OCGN, I'm going to remove, guys. It's just chopping around. I don't think it's anything really there. VTNR, I like the pop here, up 34%. I think it has potential, but I think what we have already looks so much better. SoFi was so bad yesterday. I'm probably going to end up taking it off here, guys. So hopefully somebody watches that. If they see something, say something on that. CERE, I like this one. Great pop. NVIDIA could be very, very explosive. I'm going to remove it just because I already have MU. I have AMD. I'd rather probably watch Apple on this instead. Wish this morning. I like Wish for a possible drop here, guys. I'm not sure how many shares we have. 10 million. So that's not bad. All right. So that's a lot. That's good. All right. So I think that's better for our secondary list. Let's take a look at our low flow stocks. A lot of low flows active today. SLS. See, this is just getting bad here. Now that's no good. I don't like that drop. You don't want to see that on a low flow stocks. Let's get rid of that. CUEN. This low flow, guys, is on fire. You definitely want to keep this one on deck. MRIN selling off here. I still want to watch MRIN, though. I think it can be great. BSQR, no good anymore. Starting to drop here. ALF, I'm going to get rid of. I think these two here could be very, very explosive, especially CUEN. Who's in that right now, guys? Who got in here in this consolidation? I know some people got in here, of course, because it's just too clean. You see the strength coming back in there. You see the volume coming in, and then you get the pop above the VWAP. I mean, that is exactly what you want to see there. All right, so you're in. That's good. Yep, you're in. Nice. Okay, right. So a lot of you guys are in that already. So very nice. Good. Nice job there getting into that trade. All right, guys, let's take a look at some levels here. ASTS at this morning high of the pre-market. We're looking at 1382. We'll throw a level there. I also like this level here, guys. This one over at a 1315. You can see here prior resistance. Kind of playing as resistance in the pre-market action right now. Struggling to get above this. Was support at one time. Now it's kind of becoming resistance here. So that 1313, very active level for this stock. Towards the bottom, we have another great level over here as well, 1232. You can also see the pre-market respecting that a little bit, having some resistance there, and then some support before the actual breakout to the next area of resistance, which is that 1313. So plenty of levels there. Let's go over to the left here and let's go to the top and see what do we have over at above this 1382. We do have this 14 right over here, 1450. So 1450, and then slightly above that we do have 1569, and then slightly above that, guys, we do have 1675. So plenty of levels there. I know I marked a lot, but this thing can run, so we want to be ready if this thing is going to give us a nice day today. Towards the bottom, guys, below this 1232, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. CLOV this morning, you know what? It can be explosive, but it's not great right now. I'm gonna remove it. It could be nice, but I just want to have a fine list today. So let's bring that down. Maybe a possible, guys, for CLV. We'll be ready for it. BBBY this morning, again, it looks very choppy right now at this time, but at the market open, we'll see how this thing trades. Now the price action is surrounded by the last 2 highs and lows from the last 2 trading days right on here. Outside of this window, we are looking at 2868. We'll throw a level there, and then towards the bottom here, guys, 2705. So a nice level there, nice change in direction. These are the levels that you want to add a little bit more weight to as they're changing direction like that. Then slightly above the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, your pre-market high is actually at 32.29. So we'll throw a level there, and then above that, guys, we do have this great level here, 32.96, almost 33. I think that's plenty of levels for BY this morning, and you're pretty much set there. Here is space. Space is dropping down nicely this morning. Low of the pre-market at this time is 43.59. Let's see if that is going to hold. But outside of that, towards the bottom, 41.53, another great level there. And then down here, I do like this one also, 38.41, area of resistance for a couple of days here. And then when we broke out of that, we became support here as well. So that looks good there on space. Love this drop. Love the volume, guys. 2.1 million shares traded right now. That is looking amazing. Let's take a look at NEO. NEO's picking up volume here, moving sideways a bit. I like their daily for a possible breakout. They are staying in the green. This is your previous day close line. They're up slightly right now. If they can continue here, that can be nice. More of a possible, but we'll do levels. We'll be prepared for it just in case it gets going here. 50.90 is the high of the pre-market at this time. Towards the left, we're going to find some levels right over here. This one, obviously, a strong level at 54.23. You can see the area of resistance and support here. More resistance here. Got a nice consolidation there as well. That is looking very good there. So that is NEO, guys. Maybe more of a possible, but we do have it, our levels ready just in case. Here's MU, guys, our original good buddy. This one's 84.89. Great level there. You can see a lot of touches here. Once I move to the left, I mean that high of the pre-market is the reason why that's the high of the pre-market. Look at the touches it has here. Great support happening there. Resistance over here for about 2 weeks or so. Couldn't get above that. And now we're slamming up against that right now, and you can see the battle and the resistance is getting here as volume is coming in. So we'll see how that is going to turn out. Slightly above that, we do have 85.76, and then slightly above that, another great level here, guys. A lot of touches on here over at 86.99. All right, towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days pretty much got to cover. Not much you have to do there. AMD this morning looking very, very nice. It has been looking great for the last couple of days. I'm setting a pre-market high right now at 91.44. Towards the bottom, your job is done for you by the last 2 trading days highs and lows. You can see it on there. That's got you covered. Previous day closest, great levels of support heading down in that area. Now towards the top here, and we're not far off from pre-market highs. I mean, all-time highs, guys. Remember, we got to like 99.5 or something. I don't know, but it was pretty close, 99.18 maybe. Levels towards the top here, we're now looking at 94.13. Great level there, guys. You can see how many touches this thing has. A lot of candles touching that opening and closing around that area. And then slightly above that, we got a couple of wicks slamming up against 95.77. So let's throw a level there as well. That's looking very, very good. And then you have your all-time highs here on 99.18. So let's see. I don't think we'll get all the way up there, guys, but we're prepared. AMD is looking very, very nice this morning. All right, guys, that is what we have. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup. I want to see what the moderators are looking at this morning. Let's resize this, and let's also cut the video here so you don't get no crazy mirror effect. We'll bring this over to the side. Guys, as I'm doing this, thank you so much for the support over on YouTube. We appreciate a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out a lot. So if you could take the time to do that, if you haven't done so already, we appreciate it. If you have already, thank you very, very much. All right, let's get to it, guys. Eamon, he's looking at IBM pin secondary list, Zoom, SZM. Not much to watch today. John, to quote the 8-ball outlook hazy, going to see what develops. So he's got the 8-ball. Is that the Peter 8-ball? Did you call Peter and have him check because Peter got the famous 8-ball, if you guys remember that. IPO madness today. Wow. So those are the IPOs for today. I will not be reading all that out, but you can see it here if you like. All right, Dima, she is looking at MU, AMD, Plug, and Apple. Peter's looking at AMD, XPEF, BBBY. Secondary is AMC and Space. Wow, we didn't even look at AMC. We'll look at that next. Thor is looking at XPEF, MU, Space, Facebook. Secondary AMC and Neo. Tiffany is looking at MU, Space, CLOV, and ASTS. And Brian is looking at MU, AMD, XPEF, Space, ASTS, and CUEN for fun. That is the low float. That's very, very active this morning.
Every time you talk about that low float, I think you're going to spell out a bad word.
Yeah, I see that. All right, guys, that is what we have. I got to get Thor a link for him to join because he does not have this link where he has to join. So Thor and Brian are coming up next, and we will be set to go, guys. So let me get Thor set up over here on what he needs.
Yeah, just remember, guys, on YouTube, sometimes it takes a minute or two to transition. Thor has not traded for you guys on YouTube live like we've been doing with Brian and Andrew, so it'll take a minute, maybe longer to get it set up. Don't leave, just hang out. You can hit the like button while you're waiting. Yes. That's much appreciated. We sincerely appreciate that.
Here we go. It'll be this one.
Thank you, Ben. We love doing it.
All right, excellent. I see our buddy Brian is on. He is on, and he has a shirt, so we can translate to him.
I'm wearing a shirt. But does he have pants?
Yes,
nobody will know.
Just never stand up.
just like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
You were wearing pants, did we?
Oh God!
Brian, what are you doing? You're gonna get us banned here.
Yeah, I got the full outfit on today, so we're okay.
I see he has the BBT shirt on as well. All right, guys, Brian is set. I'm going to hop off. Thank you so much over on YouTube for the likes. Appreciate you guys hitting that button. Have a great trading day. Brian and Thor are up next. Thor will be a little bit in a couple of minutes. I got to set him up, but we'll be ready to go. Brian, all yours, and take care, guys. See you in the morning.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.
Great. Yeah, thanks, guys. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the pre-market show. Yeah, there's lots going on, but we'll see how things shape up as we get closer to the open. We still got 12 minutes or so. This CUEN is looking like it's really going to be one in play today. So we'll be looking for a bit of a drop at the open if we're going to get one, a bit of a pullback. But yeah, it should really take off here. No shares for short. Space I played yesterday, had a nice short on it. Actually had two shorts on it. Did one at the open, and then popped back up and through the VWAP, and then dropped again. So I had a nice play on that one. Hey, good morning, Thor.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Just trying to figure out what we're going to watch here. Looks like AMD and MU are still hot commodities, especially AMD this morning.
Yeah, I know MU has earnings after the close, and it often has a little bit of a rally into its earnings. So
Hmm.
I'm not overtly shocked to see that. Also, XPEV has a secondary share offering. You know how those generically go. It's already trading pretty extended down. Might be a good falling angel opportunity. Maybe get a big squeeze at the open. We can play trend south
Right.
later or something like that. Should be fun.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff. Watching space again. Why not?
You just had some weird prints on both AMD and MU. Do you see that on yours, on your DOS?
Hmm.
They
Yeah,
both they both
this is
traded
why I
right
don't
at
trade pre-market anymore.
they both traded right at the previous day close. Um, they both hit that. I must have been some order that they were clearing from yesterday or something. That was weird. So XPEV's coming back up here. Was kind of thinking it might be a good rising devil, but starting to show some strength, which will negate that
Yeah,
trade book.
it would have been nice if it would have stayed more in that downwardly trend, so we could have just played an opening squeeze
Mm-hmm.
on it when it shakes out. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's starting to curl the averages, so might not be as good. Yeah, I'm gonna watch space. I think Lou for a similar. That's been downtrending VWAP very nicely all morning. So that one maybe we get a squeeze back up towards that, and then maybe we can play that failure. That'd be nice. Get
CUN
done
just
doing a little
keeps
trading
running.
today, Brian, and then I'm on my way to New York, man. I wish you were gonna be there.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm yeah.
Get you out of that heat for a little bit. Come hang out in New
Well,
York.
yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. So we're having a big meetup in New York. I'm sure Norm and Carlos went through that with you guys this morning and celebrating Thor's big birthday. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. I did get long some CUEN here just on this pop. Just sold some. Yeah, this thing's going to rip today, I think.
I already got
Jeez,
I
here
got
we
my
go.
birthday hat on.
Hey, all right. Oh, there you go. Bear Bull Traders. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Going through 8. Going to sell some at 8 here. If we get
Nice.
there. Come on.
That's how it's done,
Giddy,
son. Getting your little
giddy up.
pre-market lunch money going.
Yeah. Sell a little more here at 77. My favorite number.
No, Jason,
Yeah.
I had it made.
The float on CUEN is, according to Trade Ideas, is 4.84 million, which is, by my definition, is definitely a low float. Anything, anything under 20. 20 is getting up there, but certainly anything that's below 5 is very low float. All right, well, just looking to see what else is looking interesting as we get closer to the open. AMD is continuing to stay strong here. MU leaking off a bit. The SPY looks a little weak here today.
Yeah, well, I mean, yesterday SPY kind of had this, we kind of had seemed like positive catalysts yesterday. And I think some were saying, hey, we're going to be a little more bullish with, with the way this is looking and numbers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we ended up having just an insanely low volume
Yeah.
indecision candle. I mean, almost a spin. If it was high volume, it would have been a spinning top, but it was really low volume. So I don't know if that necessarily means, but I mean, nobody bought it. I mean, when it broke up, nobody was interested in it at all.
Yeah, I think this kind of characterizes the this overall rally is that, and I've been mentioning this for a while on the swing trade videos, is the sort of lack of volume. It doesn't mean the indexes or a stock won't go higher on lack of volume, but it's not necessarily what you want to see.
Yeah, I watch those swing trading videos, especially your Sunday one. I watch those every single week. And for the rest of the members, I'm surprised at how little likes and watches Brian's, especially his Sunday videos get. And if you guys have time on Sundays, I would be checking that out, because everything that's been going on so far this week, it was in there. He was talking about the volume and how he's not buying the push and all this kind of stuff. And he puts it on YouTube. So it's really easy to access. You can watch it on your phone, but I would search. It's kind of like a little pre-market, a pre-week kind of thing to go through. Also, if you go to the BBT website, you can subscribe to his email that he sends out weekly, and he doesn't spam you at all. He just sends it out like a week, and he'll include the links in that as well. So just a little shout out to the profit on that one. Guys, it's a wealth of knowledge he's putting out there for free, and you should take advantage of it. So he continues to do it with excitement.
All right. Sold some more through 8 here on CUEN. I'm looking at VTNR for a breakdown here. Sort of like what I would call a lead balloon trade, which is gapping up but trading below the VWAP and looking weak. So I still have a little bit of the CUEN, but oh gosh, still going to go here.
Yeah, look at that. Nice little low volume pullback and then ignition back up into 8. If this can hold here, it might get a little run going. That wouldn't stink.
Yeah, watch for. Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be some bit of volatility here at the open. So CUEN, QN, let's call it QN, so I don't have to keep saying CUEN.
I like it.
QN. So we'll watch QN, and I'm focusing on that one. XPEV was looking maybe like a rising devil, but it's now gone above the VWAP, so not interested. AMD and MU can't read the price action right now. VTNR I'm liking for a short.
Two-minute warning. One thing I'm noticing on Space, SPCE has a pretty decent amount of sellers congregated up near $45, just above VWAP. Might be a nice little spot to see this thing squeeze up to at the open and maybe catch a VWAP rejection or something back down. Or if it holds in here and gets stable. I mean, Space technically has a decent catalyst going on right now, so I mean, it could become accumulated at some point here, but it gapped so well a few days ago on all the good news, and it has just been straight downtrending ever since. Sell the news, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, well, it was. It really squeezed. I think the short interest on Space is quite high. It's like 30,
it is. DOS has it as 20%.
Yeah. So that certainly that at the open yesterday, it kind of squeezed more than I would have thought for a rising devil trade. But it did squeeze up above the VWAP.
I see that.
Yeah,
I see that.
It's kind of dropping now. XPEV pulling back a bit. All right, we got 15 seconds. Here we go.
Good luck, everybody. Keep it green. No rushing. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, no rush. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
It's like, and
Here we
in.
go.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay, I shorted some VTNR. So I just set 57. Still watching UEN. Still going. It's a little bit choppy right now. Space is squeezing.
Yeah, big time squeeze on space. All right, I dropped a little bit of a short position on space here. I'm going to play it really tight. If it squeezes back up, I'm out.
Okay, I'm covering some VTNR. 1279. Covering some more. 1298.
Yeah, no, it's going good.
Oh, XPEV squeezing. Still holding some VTNR. Just watching Q in here.
I'm watching space still to see what it does here. I want to see if it's going to set up here at S3 or if it's going to fail.
XPEV's just choppy. Oh, ASTS is taken off. Just got a long ASTS here. 1375. Ooh, just dropping back now. See what it does.
Oh.
It's a little erratic.
Looks like it's sitting on it. All right.
I'm getting out of ASTS. Don't like it. Don't like the way it's trading. It's probably going to bounce back up. Still holding some Q, and it sort of held that 9 moving average.
All right, I'm back short space. Let's see if it sells now.
Oh, here we go, Q. Nice. Nice. Sold some through 8 again there. Wow, big drop on Q and now. Oof, what happened there? Just got out of that in time. ASTS selling off too.
Yeah, back out of space. It's not going anywhere for me. It looks like it's going to rally. I'm going to get away from this one. It's just holding my attention, and I'm not really getting anything out of it.
The space is squeezing people by the looks of it right now.
Yeah, it's squeezing. Nice, Marvin.
AMD choppy. Everything's
Long.
kind of choppy right now. MU is looking like it's going to try to break out here. Maybe, maybe. Wow, that was quite the drop on Q in there. Q on. Okay, well, XPEV, yeah, not trusting anything and looking like MU might want to break out here. We'll try a long on MU here, just through 85. Here we go. Just selling some here. 85.33.
I got short XPEV entry 43.42. S4 retest here for a breakdown. It's gonna be another day where I just don't quite get to 3R or anything on anything. I keep getting real close.
Got out of MU after that drop. Glad I'm scalping some stuff here because it's just there's no follow through on any of these. Still have some VTNR short, so I'm hanging on to that one. It's looking like it's going to go lower.
All right, out of XPEV at break even. All right, a little boring.
Oh, there goes AMD now breaking out. Again, I don't trust it the way things are trading here. ETNR, I'm still holding short there. XPEV looks like it's going to try to break out here.
And there goes. Yeah, I should be playing BBBY right now.
Oh, there goes AMD again. AMD breaking out again.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Norm, what's up, brother?
You guys miss BBB1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's squeezing people. Oh, look at MU dropping. Wow, BBBY is just squeezing. Wow, now we're going with CUEN. Nice through 906. Sold. Let's take that. Oh, what a drop. Oh my God. What is going on with this stock? I look away at some other stock and it's down like, holy crap. It's really hard to trade something like the trades like this. Like it's like something a little cleaner than um, the way it's trading. It's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little bit left on VTNR on that short. MU's looking like it's going to drop some more here. Yeah, BBBY really squeezed. I think did they report today? I know they're reporting today. I'm not sure. Did they report after the open or? I know, crazy, eh? The way CUEN is trading, it's not that nice, clean. Maybe a little bit of a pullback. The pullbacks are horrendous. So the Dow's gone green on the day. Some things are greening up here. Amazon, Beyond, DAL. What's going on in the Walmart keeps popping up on the scanner. Tesla. BBBY maybe looking like it's going to make another run here. It's kind of can't chase it here. See if we go above S2 on VTNR, I'll be out of that one. Yeah, MU. It's taking a little adding along here on AMD here. It's just looking like it's going to keep going. CUEN is Q's starting to pop up again here. I just don't want to chase that because it'll drop a buck on you. It's maybe going to go back through 9 again.
Try a little bit of a long here on MU.
It's just selling some AMD. $92.69. See if we can get to 93 here on AMD.
Oh. Back out of that
there
one.
We go.
It's going to be a break-even kind of day for me.
Yeah. AMD is still going. AMD, I'm going to try to hold through 93 here. I've got a really big ask at 93. Just going to sell some here at 91. 92 is filled. Okay, here we go. Still got that big ask at 93 on AMD. So I'm going to do a bit of a pullback here. It's probably just going to pull back for another run at it. Now CUEN is now starting to settle in a bit maybe. ASDS starting to come up. I think ASTS goes through 14 here. So maybe I haven't taken a long on it yet. Maybe on this pullback, just watching it. getting out of VTNR. I'm not really out of the rest of it. AMD still pulling back a bit. It's got along some ASTS. 77. Here we go. Come on, come on. Selling, selling. Oh, here we go. Selling.
Nice. Good work, Brian.
All right. Yeah.
I'm just chasing the wrong stuff today. Every time I look away from a stock, it moves. It's just one of those days for me.
AMD's back to my break even on the rest here, so it's gonna probably take the rest off. Yeah, taking the rest AMD off, although it probably is gonna push back up. Things are starting to green up on the screen here. SPY is up. Still holding a little bit of ASTS. See if we can get a push higher here. There's some levels up here around 16. I don't know if that's pretty optimistic to think we're going to get there, but maybe we'll get a push through 15 on this. Nice, nice, Bruce. Way to go. Yeah, BBBY was, I guess, the big one in play. I didn't thought about putting that on my watch list, but did not include it. Did BBBY report this morning, or is it tonight? AM.
This morning.
Okay, so they reported okay already. Interesting. Here we go with ASTS. We're going to squeeze here some more. Come on, squeeze some more. Squeeze some more. Come on. And had a huge volume candle on that 950. SPY's rolling over a bit here. Oh, there goes AMDM breaking out again. Or AMD, I should say, AMDM. Ooh, there's a ASTS pulling back here. See if we get a bounce back now. Yeah, AMDM's probably, was it got 100 written on it? Not certainly not today, but I don't think today. But probably the way it's going. next week, maybe.
Keeping an eye on Facebook right now. I'm thinking about giving it a go. We'll see how it sets up here. Sitting down at S3 for me after selling off for a bit. If the keys and spike and bounce might go with, could be interesting, but nothing yet. I don't know. I'll wait for better volume signal on it.
All right, well, I'm not, I'm just looking at ASTS. Maybe it's going to squeeze again here. I was thinking about adding, but I didn't. Looks like it wants to go back up. Volumes dropped off on those pullbacks.
All right. Trying a little short on AMD here. We got SPY and tech kind of rolled over a little bit, so
A little bit,
AMD a little extended.
definitely extended. Here goes AST now.
All right, I'm going to peel off a little here on AMD just because it's sitting there, and that gets me an R. So finally making money. Finally, it only took a half hour.
It's patience. Good patience, my man.
I kept just
It's
look.
still-
It's like someone would say, "This is moving," and then I would look at it. As soon as I look at it, it's like it had moved, and then what I was looking at would move. I was just like, "Man, I'm chasing my tail on this one."
Yeah. So watching ASTS, I still have a little bit left here from that pullback, but again, it's kind of looking dicey. Same with Qing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Let's see if we can get to 15 on ASTS. It's got to get through this prior high, which was 1469.
All right, back out at break even on AMD.
Yeah,
But made
AMD's
money.
not gonna quit. Yeah, it's always This is a morning where you got to take partials for sure. SPY's popping back up here.
Yeah, or I could have just longed BBBY at the beginning and just
Yeah, I know. I just let it
circling
roll. Yeah, look at it's still going. It's really
Still
squeezing
going.
people here. Yeah.
I mean, it's got a high short interest, so it's been waiting for
Yeah.
this for a while. And it's had a couple really
Yeah,
big
this is a
squeeze candles
major.
before. This is not unusual for this one. Here comes a lot of volume into 38.
Here goes ASTS through 15. Wow, yeah. Come on. Get there, get there, get there. Come on. Come on. Oh, nice move. Look at that. Push through 38.
I know, beast
Played
mode.
that through 38. Got out at 38.16. Yeah. Thanks for mentioning that again. Need to change that. Okay, here we go. 15. Didn't get a fill.
This thing is so aggressive.
There. Come on. Oh, filled. ASTS. Oh man, BBBY is still going. Should have held some.
Right?
Yeah. This is like literally an epic squeeze.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, like it's going to go through 39 now. Didn't quite make it yet. Still think it's going there. Here we go. 39 printed. Okay, well, I'm flat right now on everything. It's had a pretty good morning, actually, despite the fact we missed AS or BBBY. Some pretty decent moves today.
Well, Brian, I think for me, I think I'm going to sit for a couple more minutes. And if I don't catch anything, I might
Okay.
just take my my hour and a half and run and start this vacation.
Sure. Right on. Where you're? When are you heading to New York?
Yeah, I leave at about 3 o'clock today. After my mic
Okay.
time, I'm going to start heading down.
All right. Remind everyone what's where we're meeting if people are going to join us or join you guys. What's the name of the bar and what night?
It's the Three Monkeys Bar in New York. It's pretty much right downtown, right near the hotel we're all going to be staying at. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we got around 100 people coming, so it should be a
Nice.
blast. All right, I tried it. I took a little bit of a short on BBBY at 39 and change when it kind of started putting in this high volume, and then the first red candle, it squeezed up. I took it short. Let's see if this thing gives up any. I'm playing it really tight, so as soon as it dropped, I moved to break even. If this thing squeezes back through 38.62, which is, or back through 39, I'm out. Pretty aggressive. All right, got a little partial there on the drop below 38.
Nice.
I ran about a
Nice
50-cent stop, so I needed a buck move on it.
Yeah, it's got really extended from the moving averages. There's a nice
Yeah, I almost kind of
short.
played it like a parabolic move, like that Amon
Yeah.
does. It had been
Yeah,
running
yeah.
so hard, I figured good opportunity. All right, there we go. Now we're over 2R. This thing's super squeezy, so you got to play it really tight. If this thing makes any new highs, just expect it to squeeze out. So I wouldn't hold this thing. Yeah, there we go. I'm out. Nice little grab.
Yeah, nice one. It's looking a little toppy at this point. AMD is looking a little toppy. Still, I'm not. I wouldn't be looking for a big sell-off on it, but it's definitely kind of flattening out here. Are you still short
I got back
BBBY?
short.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I got back short, so I just grabbed a little bit more again. Playing this like exhaustion that's going on right here.
Yeah, there's definitely some buyer exhaustion here. Yeah, nice one. Nice. It's going to come down to the 9, which is around 37. The 9 EMA on a 2-minute chart.
All right, that partial got me to 3R, so I just hit goal. Cool. All right,
Nice.
just had to wait a little bit. Just had to chill out. I like it.
Didn't quite get to the 9 moving average. Maybe it's still got some downside here. Yeah, that was an amazing run on BBBY.
Grabbed a little bit more off on that dip there.
Yeah.
All right, paper hands. Come on now. Profit take.
Here we go.
There we go. There we go. Take that profit.
Yeah. Thinking about a long here.
You can go along if you want. I just covered some, so I
Okay.
feel okay now if I get squeezed out.
How long? Yeah.
Stinking BBB.
Yeah. No, you've got your move. I'm still. Yeah.
Bid's starting to load a little bit to the downside, so some other
Yeah.
short sellers are thinking what I'm thinking. Now we're all going to get squeezed probably, but hey, whatevs.
Maybe. I'm going to take. I took a little bit of a long here at 37. We'll see what it does. Really tight stop. I'm just going to see if it
If I get
squeezes
squeezed,
back
I'm
up
blaming
off.
Brian.
Yeah, with my 300 shares.
Yeah, I saw him come across. There was an extra 0 though. Probably Andrew
I'm
trading
not.
from the airport. I think I just saw 25,000 shares go through.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, I'm out of it.
He meant CPT. He meant 300 lot is what he meant.
A 3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. SPY's coming back up again. We're back green on the day with the Dow. Q is down today.
All right, BBBY back to 30. Let's go.
I think it's going to bounce here. I still think it's going to bounce.
No, it probably will.
ASTS is still. Oh yeah, it's funny how Q and the lower float stock didn't run, but this ASTS, I don't know what the float is on this. See, here comes the bounce now on BBBY probably.
Yeah. Perfect little pullback to the 20 EMA on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now it's sandwiched between the 9 and the 20. We got like a little Andrew 920 trade or whatever, right? If it makes a new high here for a continuation, ABCD style.
Yeah, that was a 920 trade right on the 1 minute chart.
Yeah. Comes down, loses the 9, does like an under over using the 20.
Yeah, it's bounced off the 20. Cool. So what you do is take a long at the 20, take half off at the 9, and then let it run to see if it goes back up to high a day.
What does he use for risk? Like a new candle low or something like that?
Yeah, I would use
or the loss of the average.
Yeah, it's my trade, or at least the one I came up with, and he's been using it. But I would, if I took it off the, if I took it off the 20 here, you'd have to have. I just use a tight stop if it started to lose a 20. You kind of have to read it a bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, if it loses that area, it's an invalidated trade for sure. There's no reason to still be in it. So you might as well just cut it there and just see if it sets up again.
Yeah, so it came back to sort of that fair value. So probably would have taken a bit more there, around just under 38. It looks like it's going to drop again. Now see if it loses a 20 this time. If it does, it's
there we go. That was nice.
Probably down to the VWAP here.
Come on, baby. Come down to VWAP for me. Ladder's looking a little bit more bearish now on the level too. Definitely got some short sellers committed.
Now you can use the 9 moving averages as your resistance level. Well, not
See,
not really
this is my
feeling.
day though, Brian. As soon as I
Yeah.
start playing BBBY,
Hmm.
it runs like a $1.50 range. As soon as I start playing it, I didn't play it
Yeah.
the whole time Norm was telling me to play it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I was feeling some FOMO, so I did trade it through 38.
Yeah, I should have
So I
longed
did.
it. Norm said something, and I was gonna long it around like 33, 33.20. But I thought I was gonna be chasing it at that point. I was wrong. I was wrong.
So it's squeezing back here again. Yeah, it's really hard to trade now. It's getting pretty jumpy. What's it doing on
I
a
got some
5 minute
orders sitting
chart?
out on it at VWAP. See what happens.
5 looks a little weak. Same with the 15. So yeah, it's probably going to drop. I'll join you short here.
This thing buy up off. Yick.
Yeah, it's really
The bulls are basically buying every dip it makes.
yeah,
And it's,
yeah.
but it seems like
Here
we've
we go.
found kind of like a value area for sure, like
Yeah,
37-ish.
I'm getting out of it. There. Oops. All right. I got a bit better fill than I thought I would, but yeah, I just don't like the way it's just too choppy for me.
I agree.
It's not clean. Look at AMD. So I did take some AMD calls, 100 calls out in July.
In July?
So those are July 16th calls. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're calls. I'm
nice.
trading options.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I think it's going to go to 100.
I mean, it's definitely been on a very bullish run. I mean, for 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, no reason it should not do that now.
Yeah.
Especially because AMD is the one with the cloud deal, right? With
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's to build a new web server platform for someone, Google or something like that. They're going to supply all their processors.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff.
Good deal. Space. What's going on? I was going. No, I was going to. You know what? It's just so stupid. I think I even looked at 750 calls when it was trading under 750. I just didn't pull the trigger. MU's selling
nice,
off
Ryan.
still. Wow, LAC is really taken off here. So, Lithium America.
All right, a little more off BBBY there. Got another R.
Nice. I just had paper hands on that one.
Well, if I didn't have, I'm in from like just under $39 or whatever on this, so it's a completely different scenario for me to hold with,
Yeah, totally.
$2 worth of distance versus this thing which is running a spread anywhere from 10 to 38 cents depending on how upset it is at that moment. And holding a narrow stop on that, I think your risk management was solid there.
Yeah,
And the bulls are coming back in. The level 2 is starting to look much stronger to the top side now, so that might be all I get out of this one.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah, it is. It was just a bit of a dicey entry. That was entries are everything, obviously. I'm not seeing much that I'm keen on trading. Skewing is just not doing. Might be holding here. ASTS kind of looks done for the time being. Could be one of those ones that just lights up again at the end of the day, like Emran did yesterday. It was, I mean, there were people around yesterday, probably in the afternoon, that Emran just went on a tear. OCUP, what's OCUP doing?
Just don't spell it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at it's popping here. Back above the VWAP. What is the
Occupy Pharma? It's a pharma.
Okay.
What are they, Kieran?
10.8 million shares floated, apparently.
All right, I'm going to cut the rest of my BBY position here at 37. I'm just going to call that out. That has me over goal for the day, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's totally exciting.
Yeah, I was really worried there for a minute. I had a couple of break-even entries. I thought I was going to have another whack day like I did a couple of days ago where I just couldn't get any follow-through, so I finally got something to work at least. Andrew, my goal for the day is not overly spectacular. It's generically somewhere between like $300 and $500 a day. I mean, for me, it's spectacular. It's more than enough money that I need to pay all my bills, live a life, and have air conditioning stuff. People up north with they had, but just kidding. But it's part of me, and what helped me become successful is having very reasonable expectations for what I was hoping to pull out of the market based upon my bank size. And as my bank grows, my ability to make more grows with it. So it's just the slow grind of building it a little bit at a time and all of that. But I do this for a living, so I'm really just worried about making my lunch money.
Paying the bills.
got to pay those bills.
Yeah. Pay that air conditioning bill. So it's a little bit cooler up here now, thank God.
Yeah, thank
Not
goodness.
not working in 100-degree office here now. That was something else. Now I know what it's
Well, good sir. I think I'm going to call it.
norms. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for joining in.
I hope
Appreciate
everyone
it.
has a great day. I'm going to take off, get some food.
Right on. Okay,
Great
thanks,
trading with the
Laura. Thanks for joining.
profit
Yeah,
as always.
yeah. we we slayed it today.
Boom. See
Boom.
you, brother.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy. Safe travels, and have a drink for me in New York there. Happy birthday, buddy. All right. Well, space. Yeah, look at spaces now breaking down here. Not a very clean chart from the open. Really squeezed up here again, just like it did yesterday. Opening, just an opening squeeze, and then a sell-off. Yeah, there is a gap there to fill, right? What is that? 4160-ish. Probably going to put up a fight on the way down, is what I'm guessing, because of that short interest. Nicola's come back up. Might get a bounce on Q in here. It does seem to be holding this 7 level. Needs to get through the 9 moving average here. If it can get through there, it's probably might pop back up. Yeah, I don't know if that's. I think he's out of the room now, so he's got some packing to do. Probably he's off to New York this afternoon. He's taking a vacation.